Hey friends, happy Tuesday. Don't mean to be making it a habit to be doing readings on Tuesdays and not Mondays, but it's just working out that way. Summer's a little different. I have the kids kind of on different schedules and stuff, and Mondays is just like not working out. So, but excited to be here with you. Got 2 messages. Oh, I wanted to shout out my earrings. You know, I'm always like looking for a good pair of earrings to spruce up my outfit. And these were actually made by Jillian of Cup of Charisma. I met Jillian many years ago when she was in college, and she was like wanting to blog, and I was a writer at the time, and we became, kind of just got to know each other. And now she's making these beautiful earrings, and I just like love seeing people evolve and move into their art and express themselves. So I just want to shout out her earrings. They're really beautiful. She hand makes them with, I think this is like clay that she makes, but yeah, I bought a few. Anyways, okay, let's get to it. 2 messages. Kind of a little tough love. Like there's a little bit of a feeling of like this week of kind of maybe feeling bad for ourselves, or I don't know, like feeling a little like disempowered, and that's really like not the point. It's like not the season for that. It's not the time for that. So there's some messages to support us in that. Okay, so the first message is about letting go. It makes me feel like whatever you're asking about, you're like too tangled up in it. You're too like close to it. And you're like not the best person to be able to even see it clearly. So there needs to be some space. This is really bothering me. Sorry. The view is bothering me, but okay. I gotta let it go. So let go of my perfectionism. So it makes me feel like you're not gonna be able to see or get a clear answer as long as you're this close to the thing that you're asking about. So there has to be kind of a letting go, like realizing that you don't have, like in a way, that thing is outside of you. So it's like you don't really have, like your power is not in the thing that's outside of you. Your power is within you. So I was getting the understanding that instead of trying to like manipulate something outside of us that maybe is like not working out, to instead go in and really start to like affirm the power that's like within us. So it's like a really good time for being like, Nikki, like you're, beautiful, or you're so powerful. Like you always make things work out. Let's say you were attached to like money. That's always like a good one. Like, well, how's this money going to come in? Or I want this money to come in, or whatever. And it's like, there's this kind of emphasis on something that's outside, and instead being like, okay, fuck it. I don't know. Like I have no idea like how money's going to come, but I am going to be like, you know what? I'm so powerful. I always find a way. Like I'm very magical. There's so many beautiful, like I have a lot of great gifts inside of me. I can make something out of that. I'm really good at like researching and always finding a way. So I'm like encouraging my own power. So I'm like speaking into my own power. I'm investing into myself rather than a thing that's outside of me. So there needs to be like a letting go and kind of a switch in power. So a letting go of that thing that is outside of you, and instead investing in yourself, whether that's maybe getting new education, reading a new book, or even just like these mantras. It felt very much like being my own coach, empowering myself. I was getting the word release. So release, it almost makes me feel like you're afraid to release this thing, because you're afraid that if I'm telling you to release it, then it's like not going to work for you. But the answer is that it's not going to work from this point of view anyways. So like you have nothing to lose. And the releasing is almost like, when you're like working on something and you're trying to, push through it, even though you're tired, it's like, but if you've been working on something for 8 hours, at like, hour 6, 7, 8, it's just getting worse and worse, and it's not even worth your time anymore. You're going to revisit it, but right here, it's like you're too caught up, too exhausted to actually like see it clear. So there needs to be like a break. So it's not so much that this is not going to happen for you. It's that you need like a break and some space. So this is a good time to do something that like has nothing to do with the thing that you're trying to figure out or trying to control. So this is a great time to go do a puzzle. This is a great time to like go away for the weekend. This is a great time to like close your computer and like not work on that thing anymore. So this is a great time to, you know, if you're dating, to be like, I'm not going to do the apps until like I feel refreshed again. So there's like there's a need to like clear space so that inspiration can come in, but it makes me feel like you can't force the inspiration, that it's really just like the matter of like doing something that occupies your mind and keeps you away from this thing that you're like holding tight on, okay? Holding tight to. Okay, the second message is I was seeing a lot of blue and I was like, I could feel my throat. So it's very much about the throat chakra. It's about voice and expression. It feels, again, I feel you guys are like trying to like make things happen basically. And there's this confusion about, do I just sit back and like let it happen? Or, you know, do I manifest and visualize, or like, am I supposed to take action? So there seems to be like a real like, kind of like a desire to not work hard for the thing and to not do like heavy lifting, because it looks like you guys are maybe coming off something, a very masculine way of being, and I'm very much like forcing and making things happen, and that like got you in trouble, so you're trying to move away from that. But then at the same time feeling like a little like, what am I supposed to do? So, and also like a little bit of that victim, like, oh, I wish it would just happen for me. I wish it would just show up for me. Like, I don't want to have to like force my way through this thing. And it looks like you guys are trying to find balance in this thing that you're calling towards you. And the answer is actually in the throat and in expression. So it's not so much like, every time I say throat, people think like they need to speak their way through something. Like they have to like set strong boundaries and say, this is what I need. But it's really, the throat is beyond speaking. It's like about expression, and expression is like, this is an expression of Jillian, right? Like she expressed herself through this jewelry. So it makes me feel like kind of, it's a little bit of showing up a certain way, as like showing up as a full expression of whatever you want to be. And also, so there's like an embodiment, like, oh, this is the full expression of like who I imagine having that thing that I want. So let's say your future self has that thing that you want: money, relationship, home, career. How can I like be an expression of that knowing, or be an expression of that manifestation, but only within myself, because I can't like, I have no control over like the job, getting the job, but I can be like an expression of the person that has the job, if that makes any sense. So it's an expression. It's also about like speaking. So basically like, you may be thinking about this a lot in your head, and maybe because you're doing some manifesting practices like visualizing and believing and all that kind of stuff, but it does look like there needs to be sharing and speaking. So I feel I'm looking for somebody to help me in my house. And, you know, of course I'm like, okay, I can visualize the person, I see the person. But at this point, it's like, I also have to speak out to certain people and let them know, like, I'm looking to hire somebody to help me with some stuff. So, there has to be like expressing what you want also. So like sharing what you want, putting it out there. It doesn't mean that like the person you express it to is going to necessarily solve the problem, but just like speaking it and putting it out there into the world. Like, I'm really looking for this. I want to get into this work. Just kind of speaking it looks like is part of this. And, and also like, I'm getting almost like you don't need to wait to have somebody give you the opportunity to express. Like, it looks like you can start doing that right now. Like, there is no need to like, even if you're like, oh, I'm putting it out there, I want this thing. It seems like you can start living that thing or living that expression already in maybe a different form than the ultimate expression that you're looking for. Because it looks like you're almost like looking for like an opportunity, like somebody to like give you an opportunity, which is great, and keep working towards it. But before that happens, like you can start being an expression of that right now, which seems very promising to me, like almost being in that energy of like that kind of expression that ultimately leads you to like the opportunity that you're looking for. So yeah, that's what I got. All right, guys, thank you. I hope that was helpful. Let me know what worked, what didn't work. Also, I am traveling next week, so there will not be a Monday reading on Tuesday or on Monday. So I just want to let you guys know. All right, I'll see you soon.